Well, I mean, look, sometimes you just gotta get your name out there because of the camp that you with. And speaking of another person that need to get their name out there because he earned his just due, we're gonna talk about Boots Ennis versus Villa. So that was a 10th round knockout. You know, I'm
Man,
I'm a Boots fan because of you guys on the panel and my man, my man who don't want to come on the show, but my man Real, he told me about him too. But you guys tell me what you think about this one. We're gonna start from Tony.
For me,
Yep.
yeah. So the fight went in the manner I thought the fight was going to go. Right. I mean, no one really thought. I mean, the guy was tough. I would give it to him. The guy was tough as crap. Right. I thought he, but he's still right there in front of him. Like you can't miss. It's like hitting the hitting the bag. You know what I'm saying? You really didn't have to do anything to try to get around it. I just don't think that what he's doing. Like I love him. I love his style of fighting, but I don't think against the guys that he's calling out, he's going to be able to do what he's doing.
Talking about Boots.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. I don't think he's going to be able to do that, and I don't think he's ready for those two guys. you know, you're calling them out, but I'm not sure if you're ready. You're totally ready for them. I think I did at one point in time, but this fight made me take a step back and look at it a little closer. And I watched the fight again, and I was like, he's not going to be able to do that against those guys. Like this guy right here is standing in front of you. Yeah, you can ghost punch and do all the other stuff you're doing, but would you be able to do it against the two guys you're calling out? I
You
don't
want
see.
you want to put a name on those punching bags? Who's these two guys you talking about?
This is the two guys who we're going to talk about later.
Okay. For the people that's listening and that's lost, we talking about Spence or Crawford.
Yeah,
Because
mm,
I heard him call him out too, but
yeah.
I'm gonna let you finish. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. I mean, other guys can come on.
All right, fast camp.
Yeah, I mean it's more or less the same old same. It's kind of like the Frank Martin as well, but Frank kind of just jumping into the mix. We've been wanting to see Boots for the last 2 3 years. Really step up. He's been calling him out that long. I agree that he is not ready for. I'll keep it a secret too, I guess. The two, what I'm saying, on top. But there's still fights, he can do to test himself. I don't think he jumps there, but I mean, there's still a few guys that, a lot of them are, like heading in towards Gatekeeper, Thurman, you know what I'm saying? You got Ugas. The other guy, the young guy, I can't remember his name, it slipped me. I know Ricky got it, but the other Mexican dude, he's gone up. So therefore, that fight, that collision course is gone. There's some fights that he can do, but he just doesn't seem next level ready yet. He talent wise, he's definitely head of the class, but that top level, which is what I'm saying, the other two are he not ready for that because he hasn't fought anybody to that caliber yet. So you got to get your feet wet. You can't just hop out there, jump out there, with the one of the top divisions, and think you just going to do it with none of that experience. So he needs to get better fights and get up there, graduate to that type of level. You hop out there, it's gonna be it might look like what Fulton was looking like today. That fast, that stuff, that stick and move, but these dudes are just on another level. So I just, he need more work, and he young, so he got it. Ain't no sense to rush it.
Ricky.
I think he's ready. That fight against Villa, I think even it went the way it went because he was fighting Villa. Villa has a one way style of fighting. He's like get in the ring, constant pressure, put pressure on you and see if you're gonna squeal out. And this was just having fun. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. After a while, as you can see, he kept hitting him so clean and so flesh. After a while, he just was toying with him. You know what I'm saying? I think he was just fighting like that because the opponent he was up against. I think he's ready because he not only do he got the youth and the talent on his side, but he also is skillful and his IQ is nice based on the fights that he had thus far. And I think he's ready for some top naming because he better get it now. Because if he don't get it now, he ain't gonna get it. That's how I'm looking at it. He got to get it now because they ain't doing nothing but getting older. And then also they moving up. Weight classes are changing. And he want to get these names now. If not, if he don't get these names now, then he just gonna be a top name.
So to me, there's two things here. I agree with both Fast Camp and Tony, but I also see where you going with this, Ricky, because if you look at Boots' last fight against Karen, right, where he basically made Boots chase him around the ring for 12 rounds, where he was like,
Mm-hmm.
because he normally don't go the distance. His fights usually end early, or like you say, he take him down. And then you look at Villa versus Speedy, it was the same thing. Like Villa stood right there. Speedy actually should have won that fight, but he got cocky and then he let Villa walk him down.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, them two were supposed to fight, from what I heard on that undercard, that Tank undercard. It was supposed to have been Speedy versus Boots, but something went wrong there.
Oh, that would have been a knockout.
From
That
who?
would have been Speedy would have probably got knocked out on that one because Boots can keep up. See, Villa's slow. The only thing that keeps Villa going is his chin. He ain't got no glass chin, and he take too much abuse in the ring, which I don't like that fight style. But he takes too much abuse and he relies on them rights, on them wild punches, them hooks. I can't I don't like that one way style of fighting ain't gonna last too long when you know what I'm saying when you going up the ranks.
Yeah, but the second part of what I was gonna say too is after Ryan Garcia got that fight with Tank and the way it happened, you're noticing a lot of followers. I mean, a lot of fighters are starting to follow that style where they was already calling people out in the ring, but now they're like, well, it could actually probably happen one day. So let me just keep calling out names and see what happens. I think that's a little bit what Boots was saying too. He's just like, hey, I want the winner of this fight. Man, granted, he probably not gonna get it, but they'll give him somebody just a tier below that. So it probably works in his favor. At the end of the day, they gotta make some money. They gotta sell something here, right?
See, I'm thinking what Fast Camp was talking about, though, right? Like Thurman or somebody like that would be the perfect fight for him. Someone that fights that type of style. But like fighting those two guys right there is different. They're different. There's a reason why they are the champions in that weight class, right? And Thurman ain't, right? But fighting someone with that style will probably give him the opportunity to get the experience of fighting someone that's near that caliber. You know what I'm saying? I'm not
Yeah.
saying like Ricky's wrong, right? I think that it's just certain things that happened in the last two fights that changed my way of thinking with him, right? I want to see him be successful. I think he's going to be champion. He's going to probably unify that weight class at some point in time. I just don't think right now would be the time for him to go out there to fight a guy like those two guys. And he's going to have to wait anyway because of the clauses in his contracts with the Spence and well, I guess I should say it now. Spence and Crawford, their whole thing is going on with them right now. The contract, I mean, they got so many doggone, stipulations in that contract that means that he's going to have to sit on the back burner anyway. So,
Mm-hmm.
And it's good for him to box it in. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, swallow them. You know what I'm saying? Get that going. Like swallow that up. As far as Ugas and Thurman, like you take down Ugas. What if they stay? Which one of them are gonna go up. Whoever wins is probably gonna go to 54. But if you box in Ugas and you knock that down, it's nowhere for the other to go. So take Ugas, take that hard fight. Ugas gonna give a fight hard, you know what I'm saying, regardless of, you know what I'm saying, who he fights. So, box it in, stop boxing it in, then jumping to the top. These young dudes is like always trying to jump to the top so quick because they trying to get their money. They all from the school of Floyd Mayweather. They ain't for nobody. Boots ain't got nobody on his resume. And he want the champ. That ain't how I go. That's just not how I go. So and we've seen it time and time again where people do that and talk. Shakur doing it, everybody doing it. Ryan, you know what I'm saying, actually did, you know what I'm saying, end up pulling it off because he had the backing and the money. And, it was close. Like, he was on, really the A side. But it's like everyone's trying to jump. They win 19, 20 fights. They 19, 20-0. And then they want the champion without fighting anybody. Like, just fight and you'll box it in and you don't have to worry about that. But no fighter's scared. I just don't believe like any real fighter is really scared. Oh, he don't want to fight me. He dodged me. Nah, you got, in every industry, you gotta pay the cost first. Why am I mess with you and in another industry, put you on a song and you ain't sold no records yet, or like I said, like you gotta pay the cost. Box them in, knock off everybody, start fighting these bums, fight some, get some names on your resume, some proven dudes, and it's gonna be there. That's just how I see it.
I like how you said that, man. Because what Jay-Z say? I'm about $1. What is 50 cents?
You see what I'm saying?
And look what happened for 50 Cent. He took off after that. He dropped Wankster. Now we